I have a beautiful piece of beech here, and this is an absolutely stunning piece of beech, and it's quite reasonably sized too. It is about 42 centimeters long by almost 30 centimeters wide, and I've been thinking for a while what I might want to do with it, and I think I have decided that I'm going to make a coffee table out of it, probably a coffee table that will be about knee height. I think that'll look quite nice. So let's get started. I used the miter saw to cut down all of the pieces for the bottom frame, and I made all the cuts at 45 degrees. I've cut these 4 pieces. These 2 slightly smaller ones are going to be attached to the underside of the frame, and then once we turn the legs, those are going to come out of there like that. And then these 2 slightly longer ones are going to be the feet. They're going to sit there, and then we have this brace that I just found in my scrap bin, and we are going to cut a housing joint into the feet so that can slot into there. So I think we'll just go and cut that joint now. I marked out the joint just using a pencil and a set square, and then I could use the miter saw to saw down the sides of the joint. To remove the waste inside the housing joint, I used a sharp chisel and a mallet. I could then assemble part of the bottom frame, and I just used some wood glue to glue the brace into the feet. With that done, I could work on the legs, and I decided to turn these on my lathe. Here I'm using the roughing gouge just to make the whole thing round. Then I could start shaping the leg. Once shaping was finished, I could cut some wee tenons into the ends of the legs. In case you don't know what a tenon is, here it is. So we've got the main part of the leg here, and then this piece here, about that inch there, is the tenon, and that is a little bit thinner than the main part of the leg, and this is going to slip into the hole that we drill into the mounting block once that's dry. I could then drill a hole to accept the tenon in the bottom frame, and then I could give the whole frame a good sand down. It doesn't have to be super smooth because you probably won't touch it, but it was still good to remove all of the sharp corners. To make the legs fit really snugly inside the frame, I'm going to cut a slit in the tenon, and then I'm going to pound in a wedge once that is in there, and that should make the tenon expand a little bit and be really nice and tight inside the frame. I decided to use my tenon saw to cut the slit. And then I got a little offcut of hardwood and cut a wedge shape. I then applied glue to the tenon, and then I could push the mounting block onto there and then pound in the wedge through the tenon. And as you can see here, it gives a really tight hold. I could then do the same thing for the other legs. I could then sand the coffee table top, and I think I sanded up to 240 grit here, which is pretty smooth. I then applied some boiled linseed oil to the top, but I also applied this to the frame and the legs. Just to show you how nice the wood is with the linseed oil applied, here is the wood without any applied, and here is the wood with some applied. It really catches the light and shimmers nicely. It gives it a really nice orangey pinky look, and I'm just super happy with how the finish is. The final thing to do was to screw the frame onto the table top. The coffee table is done and I am over the moon with how well it has turned out. This is the first time that I've used a big chunk of hardwood in a project, and I think it really makes the table look super nice. So as ever, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.